Okay, so today we're going to do a deep dive into the Think and Grow Rich workbook.
Yeah.
And I've looked at this, and you've given me some great material on this, and I'm excited to see what we can uncover.
Well, what's fascinating about this workbook is it's not just a passive companion to Hill's famous book.
Right.
It's designed to actively get you involved
Yeah.
in applying those 13 principles to your own life.
And it's funny because the authors actually created this for themselves first.
Yeah.
They went through and did this as a 13-week process
Yes.
to see how well it worked, and they found it so effective in their own journey that they decided to share it with the world.
Exactly, and that really comes through
Yeah.
in how action-oriented this workbook is.
Yeah.
It pushes you beyond just kind of reading and understanding,
Yeah.
but implementation.
Yeah. It sounds intense, but I hope in a good way.
Yes.
So where does this wealth-building journey begin?
Well, it follows the same structure as Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
Starting with desire, which is the foundation of any achievement.
The classic burning desire.
Yeah.
But how does the workbook make this more than just a motivational phrase?
It breaks it down into very concrete steps.
Okay.
It starts by having you determine the exact amount of money
Okay.
you desire.
Not just, I want to be rich.
Not just a lot, but like a specific number.
Okay.
And the reason they have you do this is
Yeah.
you have to be very clear about what you want,
Yeah.
because otherwise your subconscious mind can't help you get there.
Okay. So really honing in on what it is that you're going for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it prompts you to think about, why you want that money.
Okay.
What would it allow you to do?
Yeah.
How would it impact your life
Yeah.
and the lives of others?
So it's not just material wealth for the sake of it.
Right.
It's about tying it to a greater purpose.
Exactly. It's about
Wow.
finding that driving force.
Yeah.
That fuel that'll keep you going when things get tough.
Yeah.
And then they have you set a definite date
Oh.
for when you're going to achieve this goal.
Okay.
And not just any date, but one that has personal significance.
Okay.
Maybe it's an anniversary.
Okay.
Maybe it's a birthday.
Okay.
Something that will make it emotionally meaningful for you.
Smart. So
Yeah.
you're tying it to something
Yes.
that means something emotionally to you, so you're more likely to stick with it.
It's about tapping into that power of emotion
Yeah.
to fuel your actions.
Yeah.
And then it takes it a step further.
Okay.
It has you create a detailed plan
Mm-hmm.
of action.
Yeah.
What steps are you going to take
Okay.
to reach this goal? Ideally, daily actions.
So it's not enough to just wish for it.
Right.
You've got to actually
Yeah.
have a plan and put in the work.
You got to have a plan and you got to work.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Absolutely. The workbook leaves no room for just passive dreaming.
Right.
It's about turning those dreams into concrete actions.
Okay.
And then, to solidify this even further,
Mm.
they have you write out a clear statement that outlines your desired amount,
Uh-huh.
what you intend to give in return,
Okay.
the date that you will achieve this goal,
Okay.
and your plan of action.
Mhm.
And they have you read this statement aloud twice a day,
Wow.
visualizing yourself
Okay.
already in possession of that money.
Twice a day, talk about imprinting it on your subconscious.
Exactly. It's about that repetition
Yeah.
and that visualization
Yeah.
by consistently feeding your mind these positive images and
Yeah.
affirmations.
Yeah.
You're programming it for success.
Right.
And speaking of programming for success, that leads us nicely into the next principle,
Okay.
which is faith.
Okay, so how does the workbook tackle something as intangible as faith?
Well, it presents faith as a state of mind,
Okay.
not something that you're necessarily born with,
Okay.
but something that you cultivate
Okay.
through affirmations
Oh.
and autosuggestion.
Okay, so you can build your faith.
Yes.
Okay.
And remember, this workbook is drawing on the idea that your subconscious mind accepts as true
Uh-huh.
any thought that dominates your conscious mind.
Oh, that's powerful.
It is.
So if I'm constantly thinking I'll never be wealthy,
Right.
my subconscious is taking notes
Exactly.
and not the good kind.
And not the good kind.
So are there specific affirmations
There are.
laid out in the workbook?
They're called self-confidence formulas,
Okay.
and they're designed to program your mind
Okay.
for success. And you read these aloud,
Okay.
feeling the emotion behind the words, and really internalizing that belief
Yeah.
in yourself and your goals.
Can you give us an example of one of those?
Sure. So one of them is, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action toward its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action.
Wow. There's a real power
There
You're
is.
declaring that out loud.
It is. It's about making a commitment
Yeah, it's like a contract.
with
Yeah.
yourself.
With yourself. Okay, and to further highlight the power of faith, the workbook gives the example of Mahatma Gandhi.
Yes.
He led a revolution and achieved independence for India without military power or wealth,
Right.
fueled purely by the strength of his faith
Yes.
and belief in his mission.
Exactly.
Okay, that's pretty compelling.
Yes.
Okay, so we've covered desire and faith.
Yes.
What's next on this road to riches?
The third principle is autosuggestion.
Okay.
And this is the bridge between desire
Okay.
and its physical manifestation.
So this is where the desires start to become tangible results?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about understanding that your subconscious mind
Yeah.
doesn't differentiate
Okay.
between constructive and destructive thoughts.
Okay.
Whatever you feed it, it accepts as truth.
Right. So if I'm constantly thinking I'll never be wealthy,
Right.
that's what my subconscious is working on,
It is.
delivering.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why the workbook emphasizes identifying
Right.
and replacing those negative thoughts with positive affirmations.
Exactly. It also stresses the power of visualization.
Okay.
Vividly picturing yourself already enjoying the fruits of your desires.
Almost like a mental rehearsal
You could say that?
for success.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's about aligning your thoughts and beliefs
Yeah.
with your goals
Yeah.
and priming your subconscious to
Yeah.
attract those experiences into your reality.
So we have our burning desire,
Yes.
we have unwavering faith,
Right.
and we are actively programming our subconscious for success.
Yes.
What's next?
Next is specialized knowledge.
Okay.
Here, Hill stresses the importance
Okay.
of acquiring knowledge that is specific
Okay.
to your chosen field of endeavor.
So it's not just about being generally well-informed.
You need targeted expertise.
Okay.
General knowledge has its place, but Hill argues that it is organized,
Okay.
intelligently directed, specialized knowledge
Okay.
that attracts wealth.
So becoming an expert
Yes,
in your field.
in your field.
Yeah.
Understanding the nuances of
Yeah.
it and always seeking to learn more.
Right. And so the workbook gives you tasks
It does.
to be able to apply that principle.
It does.
So what would be some examples of that?
So it encourages you to identify what specific knowledge do you need
Okay.
to reach your financial goals,
Okay.
and then find reliable sources
Okay.
for obtaining that knowledge.
Which could include books, courses, mentors,
Absolutely.
or even deep dives online?
Absolutely. The key is to be proactive
Right.
and to take decisive action.
Yeah. You've got to go seek it out.
Exactly.
Knowledge is not going to just fall in your lap.
Exactly.
Okay, so building that knowledge arsenal is key.
Yes.
What's the fifth principle in this wealth building equation?
The fifth principle is imagination.
Okay.
Hill refers to it as the workshop of the mind,
Okay.
where all plans are forged.
Okay.
And he makes a distinction between two types of imagination,
Okay.
synthetic and creative.
Okay. Break that down for me.
Okay, so synthetic imagination
Yeah.
merely rearranges existing concepts.
Okay.
It's very good for problem solving, but it doesn't birth entirely new things.
Okay.
Whereas creative imagination is the wellspring of all new ideas, breakthroughs, and inventions.
So Edison inventing the light bulb would be
Exactly.
creative imagination.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does the workbook help us tap into that?
So it encourages you to first exercise your imagination by listing your desires
Okay.
without limitations,
Okay.
letting your mind really explore
Uh-huh.
all the possibilities.
No holding back. Just
No holding back.
let those ideas flow.
Just let them flow.
What else?
It prompts you to remember times when a seemingly random idea led to a positive outcome in your life.
Oh, yeah.
You know those aha moments
Yeah.
when inspiration struck unexpectedly?
Yeah. And how those aha moments can lead to incredible things.
Exactly.
Yeah. What else?
And then he introduces a practice called sitting for ideas.
Sitting for ideas.
Sitting for ideas.
Yeah, does that involve?
Well, it's about setting aside dedicated time to
Okay.
generate new ideas and solutions.
Okay.
Find a quiet space, clear your mind,
Yeah.
and let your imagination run wild.
Okay.
Don't judge or censor yourself.
Uh-huh.
Just let the ideas flow.
That sounds like a fantastic way to get over writer's block or
Yes.
any kind of creative block.
Any creative block.
Okay, so we're dreaming big.
Yes.
You're building knowledge.
Right.
And we're letting our imagination soar.
Yes.
What's next?
Next is organized planning.
Okay.
This is where you take those dreams and ideas
Okay.
and you transform them into a concrete action plan.
I love that.
Yeah,
Like a blueprint for your life.
exactly.
To reach your financial goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to assist you in this process,
Yeah.
the workbook dives deeper into this concept
Okay.
of mastermind groups.
Ah, yes. Hell really stresses that.
He does.
It's not about going at it alone,
Right?
but harnessing that collective intelligence of
Right.
like-minded individuals
Absolutely.
to help you succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the workbook guides you to really kind of pinpoint what are the specific skills and expertise
Okay.
that each member brings to the group.
Okay.
And also to consider, are there any missing qualities
Okay.
that would enhance the group's overall effectiveness?
So it's like assembling your dream team
Yes.
with complementary strengths.
Yes, like
Yes.
the Avengers.
Yeah, the Avengers of wealth creation.
Exactly. And mastermind groups aren't just about exchanging ideas.
Right.
They're also about support
Right.
and accountability.
Because let's face it, staying motivated
Right.
on the road to riches,
It's hard.
it can be tough.
Yes.
And having that support system can make all the difference.
Absolutely.
So alongside forming your mastermind alliance,
Yeah.
the workbook emphasizes the importance of viewing temporary defeats as stepping stones to success.
It does.
So it's not about avoiding failure,
Right.
but learning from it
Learning from it.
and using it to fuel your persistence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And it also talks about developing your leadership qualities,
Yes.
which makes sense because
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't lead a mastermind group
Right.
if you're not a leader yourself.
Exactly.
So what leadership qualities does it emphasize?
So it encourages self-analysis,
Okay.
understanding your strengths, your weaknesses.
Yeah.
And they actually have a questionnaire
Oh, wow.
in there to help you do this.
Okay.
It also talks about developing your QQS rating.
QQS. Fill me in. What does QQS stand for?
Quantity, and spirit of service.
Okay.
It's a framework for evaluating your performance
Okay.
and making sure you are delivering exceptional value
Okay.
in your chosen field.
So it's about exceeding expectations.
Yes.
And consistently striving for
Yes.
excellence.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the flip side, it also points out common causes of failure.
It does.
Okay, so it's a balanced approach.
Right.
Here's what to do,
Here's what to do.
and here's what to watch out for.
And here's what to watch out for.
Yeah.
Because being forewarned is forearmed.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And so does it give you tools to address those potential pitfalls?
It does. It encourages you to analyze your past failures
Okay.
and understand what were the root causes.
Okay.
How can you develop strategies
Okay.
to overcome them in the future?
So really pursuing personal growth
Yes.
to be able to address those.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got our plan,
Yep.
we've got our team,
Right.
and we've identified
Yes.
potential pitfalls.
Yes.
What's next?
The seventh principle is all about decision.
Okay.
The power of making clear, concise,
Okay.
and definite choices.
So this is where we stop wavering
Yes.
and we commit to a course of action.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hill argues that procrastination and indecision
Huh.
are two of the biggest obstacles
Yeah.
to success.
Yeah. I can relate to that for sure.
When you make a firm decision,
Yeah.
you set things in motion, and it activates your subconscious mind
Huh.
to begin working toward the realization
Okay.
of that decision.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get caught up in like analysis paralysis.
Right.
You know?
It's natural to seek advice from others,
Right.
but ultimately,
Uh-huh.
you need to trust your own judgment.
Yeah. Easier said than done.
It is.
But I understand that
Right.
owning your choices is really important.
Right.
Yeah.
And once you've made a decision,
Yeah.
the workbook advises keeping your plans to yourself,
Oh, that's interesting. Why is that?
at least initially.
Okay.
It's about protecting your ideas
Okay.
from negativity
Yeah.
and doubt.
Oh.
You know, as sometimes sharing prematurely can drain your enthusiasm
Oh.
and make it harder to stay focused.
So shield your dreams until they're ready
Yes.
to come out into the world.
Exactly.
Okay.
The workbook also highlights
Okay.
learning from the decisive actions
Uh-huh.
of historical figures.
Ooh, I love history examples.
I know you do.
What kind of historical figures are we talking about here?
So it highlights Abraham Lincoln
Okay.
and his signing of the Emancipation Proclamation
Okay.
as a decision that required immense courage,
Yeah.
but that had far-reaching consequences.
Okay.
And Also, the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Decisions
Yeah.
made by individuals that change the course of history.
Wow, making those bold moves.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be, on a grand scale.
Right.
It could be on a personal level.
Exactly.
That can make a big difference.
It can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're making decisions and protecting our ideas.
Yes.
What's the next step on this journey to wealth?
The 8th principle is persistence,
Okay.
which is the sustained effort
Okay.
required to overcome obstacles
Okay.
and achieve your goals.
The power of not giving up.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like this is where a lot of people
Right.
stumble.
Yes. It's easy to get discouraged
Yeah.
when things get tough.
Yeah.
And the workbook acknowledges that most people quit too easily when faced with setbacks.
Right.
But those who persist, who refuse to give up,
Yeah.
are the ones who ultimately achieve.
I love that.
Yes.
Their goals.
Their goals.
It's that reminder that sometimes success is right around the corner
Right.
from the challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So does the workbook give us anything to help us with that?
It does. It includes what it calls a test of persistence.
A test.
A test of persistence.
What does that involve?
It's a series of questions
Okay.
designed to gauge your level of commitment
Okay.
to your desires
Okay.
and to identify any weak points
Okay.
in your resolve.
So you can face those head on.
Exactly.
Any other tools for persistence?
It also includes exercises to help you strengthen your willpower.
Okay.
Because willpower is like a muscle.
Uh-huh.
The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Okay.
And it also includes examples of people who embody this principle.
Oh, cool. Like who?
So one example is Fannie Hurst,
Okay.
who was a writer who faced countless rejections
Oh, wow.
before achieving success.
Wow.
But her story exemplifies the power of persistence.
That's very motivating.
It is.
Okay, so we've learned about desire,
Yeah.
faith,
Uh-huh.
autosuggestion,
Right.
specialized knowledge, imagination,
Mm.
organized planning, decision,
Yep, yep.
and persistence.
Yes.
What is the 9th principle in this grand design?
The 9th principle is the power of the mastermind,
Okay.
which builds on the concept that we introduced earlier
Okay.
and really kind of dives deep into the importance
Okay.
of harnessing the collective intelligence and power
Mm-hmm.
of a group of like-minded individuals.
So the mastermind group returns.
It does.
It's not a one-time thing.
It's not a one-time thing.
Go on.
So the workbook encourages you to revisit your mastermind list
Yeah.
and really critically consider, what does each member
Yeah.
bring to the table?
Yeah.
Are there any missing qualities
Yeah.
that would enhance
Mhm.
the group's overall effectiveness?
So it's a dynamic
Yeah.
entity that's always striving
Always striving
for optimization.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's not static,
Right.
and it emphasizes actively engaging
Right.
in mastermind exercises.
It does.
Right, quite.
So it could be, brainstorming solutions to personal challenges.
Okay.
It could be collaboratively working on projects together,
Mm-hmm.
regularly sharing insights and ideas.
Yeah.
The key is to create that synergy
Yeah.
where the whole is greater
Yeah.
than the sum of its parts.
So you're really leveraging that power of shared intelligence
Yes.
to amplify your own success.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, on to principle number 10. What do we got?
Principle number 10 is the mystery of sex transmutation.
Ooh, controversial.
It is.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So this is probably the most controversial and
Okay.
intriguing aspect
Okay.
of Hill's philosophy.
Yeah.
He contends that sexual desire
Okay.
is the most powerful of all human desires,
Okay.
and when properly channeled,
Yeah.
can be a very potent driving force
Okay.
for achievement in any field.
So instead of letting those urges run wild,
Right.
you're harnessing that energy and
You're harnessing that energy
directing it.
and redirecting it
Okay.
towards your goal.
So it's transformation, not suppression.
Yes.
Okay.
You're taking that raw energy
Yeah.
and turning it into something productive.
So does the workbook give specific exercises for this?
It does.
Okay.
It encourages you to first become aware
Okay.
of what Hill calls the 10 mind stimuli.
10 mind stimuli.
Yes.
Okay.
These are the things that trigger our emotions
Okay.
and actions.
Uh-huh.
Things like love music,
Yeah.
fear narcotics,
Oh, wow. Okay.
the whole range.
So understanding what your motivational triggers are. It's
Yeah.
both positive and negative, and then learning how to channel them.
And then learning how to channel them
Okay.
constructively.
So it guides you through identifying what your dominant mind stimuli are.
Exactly.
Okay.
Including
Okay.
the desire for sex expression
Okay.
and how to use those
Okay.
to your advantage.
So you're turning those primal urges into fuel for success.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a bold strategy.
It is.
Okay, we've delved into the mystery of sex transmutation.
We have.
What's next?
The 11th principle is the subconscious mind.
Ah, back to the power of the mind.
Back to the power of the mind.
We talked about this a little bit with
Yeah,
the auto-suggestion.
Yes.
What is the focus here?
Here we go, a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Into the inner workings
Uh-huh.
of the subconscious mind,
Okay.
emphasizing its role in shaping
Okay.
our reality.
Yeah.
And remember, the subconscious mind
Yeah.
acts upon the dominant thoughts
Okay.
held in the conscious mind.
Oh.
So whatever you're constantly thinking about,
Yeah.
your subconscious is busy making it happen,
Oh, boy.
whether you want it to or not,
Well, whether it's good or bad.
whether it's good or bad.
So we're on autopilot and letting those thoughts and beliefs run wild.
Exactly.
But this is empowering us
Yes.
to take control
Yes.
of what we focus on
Sure.
and what we feed that subconscious.
Exactly. And that shift in thinking can make all the difference
Yeah.
in attracting success and abundance.
Speaking of abundance, this workbook, really focuses on financial wealth.
Right.
But it seems like these principles could apply to any area of life.
Absolutely.
Right.
These principles are universal.
Yeah.
Whether it's, financial success,
Yeah.
a fulfilling career,
Yeah.
a loving relationship,
Yeah.
greater peace of mind.
Yeah.
These concepts can be incredibly powerful.
So it's not just about money.
Right.
It's about crafting.
It's about crafting a life
Yeah.
of purpose and meaning, whatever that looks like for you,
Whatever that looks like for
Yeah.
each individual.
for each individual.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered the first 11 principles in this deep dive.
Yes.
What's up next?
Next, we have the brain,
Okay.
where we shift our focus to the physical organ itself,
Okay.
exploring its function as a transmitter and receiver of thoughts.
So getting a bit more scientific.
A bit more scientific.
Yeah.
Moving beyond
Yeah.
the abstract realm
Yeah.
of the mind.
Okay.
Hill believed that our brains
Mm.
can actually pick up on thought vibrations
Okay.
from other brains.
Yeah.
Telepathy.
Telepathy.
So we're all connected
That's the concept.
on some energetic level.
That's the concept.
Okay.
And the workbook suggests
Yeah.
that this phenomenon
Yeah.
can actually be harnessed
Okay.
through the mastermind group.
So the mastermind group makes another appearance.
It does.
So it's not just about collaboration and support.
But tapping into that collective intelligence
Yes.
on a deeper level.
On a deeper level.
Okay.
When like-minded individuals gather in a harmonious setting
Uh-huh.
and focus their minds on a specific subject,
Yeah.
they generate a synergy
Yeah.
that unlocks new levels of creativity.
So brainstorming on a whole new level.
Yes. You're amplifying your brain power
Yeah.
by connecting to that collective mind
Yeah.
of the group.
I love that. Okay, so we've come to the 13th and final principle.
We have.
Yeah. Okay, so we are at the 13th principle now.
Right.
The sixth sense.
The sixth sense.
What is that all about?
So this refers to that ability to access what Hill calls infinite intelligence,
Okay.
that source of all knowledge and wisdom.
Okay, so tapping into a higher power,
You could say that.
a source of inspiration.
Yes.
That's always there.
That's always available to us.
Okay.
Hill suggested that this sixth sense can be developed through meditation and spiritual practices.
Okay.
And it leads to what he calls intuition and inspiration.
Okay.
So to help you cultivate this sixth sense,
Yeah.
the workbook encourages you to first identify potential invisible counselors.
An invisible counselor.
Invisible counselors.
Who are these mysterious beings?
So these could be anyone living or dead
Okay.
whose qualities you admire
Okay.
and wish to emulate.
Oh, okay, so like mentors from afar.
Exactly.
Okay.
It could be historical figures.
Okay.
It could be spiritual leaders,
Okay.
successful entrepreneurs, anyone that embodies the traits that you aspire
Okay.
to develop in yourself.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what do you do with these invisible counselors?
So the workbook guides you to visualize regular meetings
Okay.
with these counselors,
Okay.
seeking their guidance and inspiration.
So like having a mental board of advisors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Always there
Yeah.
to lend support and wisdom.
And are you actually like talking to them?
Well, you're visualizing it,
Okay.
And it encourages you to record any significant insights
Okay.
or hunches
Uh-huh.
that arise during these mental exercises.
Because that could be that flash of inspiration.
It could be.
from the sixth sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about, paying attention
Yeah.
to those subtle whispers of intuition
Yeah.
and acting upon them.
Yeah.
You're training yourself
Yeah.
to be more receptive to that subtle wisdom
Uh,
that's always there, just waiting to be heard.
So we've explored all 13 principles
Yes, we have.
of the Think and Grow Rich workbook.
We have.
That was quite a journey.
It was.
What do you think are the biggest takeaways
Okay.
from this workbook?
Well, I think one of the most potent aspects of this workbook
Yeah.
is its emphasis on action.
Okay.
It's not enough to just read and comprehend these principles.
Totally.
You have to apply them.
You got to put them into practice.
You have to apply them.
No more sitting on the sidelines.
No more sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And they provide you with so many practical tools and exercises
Yeah.
to help you with this.
Mm-hmm.
From identifying your desires
Yeah.
to forming your mastermind group
Mm-hmm.
to cultivating your sixth sense.
Yeah.
It's a comprehensive roadmap.
And while some of these concepts might be a bit unconventional for some, like
Yes.
sex transmutation,
Right.
the core message of this workbook is timeless.
Absolutely. It's about cultivating that burning desire,
Yeah.
that unwavering faith,
Yeah.
and that persistent action.
And what I love is that this emerged from their own personal experience.
did.
They actually utilized these principles
They did.
to achieve their own success.
Yes.
And so it's not just theory, it's tried and true,
it is.
which I love.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
what is one question that you would like to leave the listener with?
As you reflect on these 13 principles, ask yourself which one resonates most strongly with you right now. And more importantly, what's one concrete action you can take today to apply it in your own life?
That is a great question. It's all about taking action and putting these things into practice.
Exactly.
What about you? Which principle stands out most for you?
I think for me, it's the reminder about the subconscious mind.
Okay.
It's easy to get swept up in daily life and forget that we're constantly programming our minds.
Right. We're on autopilot
Yes.
and just letting those thoughts and
Yeah.
beliefs
Right.
run wild.
Exactly.
But this workbook really empowers us
Yes.
to take control
Yes.
and consciously choose what we focus on.
Exactly. And that shift in thinking can make all the difference
Yeah.
in attracting success.
And abundance.
And abundance.
Speaking of abundance, this workbook really focuses on financial wealth,
Yeah.
but it seems like these principles could be applied to any area of life.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. These principles are universal.
Yeah.
Whether it's, financial success,
Yeah.
a fulfilling career,
Uh-huh.
a loving relationship,
Yeah.
greater peace of mind.
Yeah.
These concepts can be incredibly powerful.
So it's not just about money, it's
Oh.
about creating.
It's about crafting a life
Yeah.
of purpose and meaning,
Whatever that looks like
whatever that looks like for you,
for each individual.
for each individual.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got 2 principles left in this deep dive.
We do.
And we're going to jump right in with the brain,
Yes.
where the focus shifts to the physical organ itself
Yes.
and its function as a transmitter and receiver of thoughts.
Exactly.
So we're getting a little bit more
A little more scientific.
scientific here.
Yeah.
Moving beyond the abstract realm of the mind.
Right.
So Carol Hill believed that our brains can actually pick up on thought vibrations
Yes.
from other brains,
Yes.
telepathy.
Telepathy.
So we're all connected
That's the concept.
on some energetic level.
Yes.
Okay.
And the workbook suggests that this phenomenon
Yeah.
can actually be harnessed
Okay.
through the mastermind group.
So the mastermind group makes another appearance.
It does.
So it's not just about collaboration and support,
Right.
but tapping into that collective intelligence
Exactly.
on a deeper level.
On a much deeper
Uh-oh.
level.
Okay.
When like-minded individuals gather in a harmonious setting
Yeah.
and they focus their minds
Yeah.
on a specific topic,
Uh-huh.
they generate a synergy
Yeah.
that unlocks new levels
Yeah.
of creativity and insight.
So brainstorming on a whole new level.
Yes.
You're amplifying your brain power
Yep.
by connecting
Yes.
to that collective mind
Exactly.
of the group.
And so the workbook actually gives us
It's a
specific exercises
yes.
for the mastermind group
It does.
to be able to do this.
Yes. It encourages you to actively engage
Okay.
in mastermind exercises.
Okay.
To really stimulate the brain.
And facilitate this exchange
Yeah.
of ideas and energy.
Okay. We have arrived at the 13th and final principle.
We have.
in this wealth building odyssey.
Yes.
The grand finale.
The grand finale, the sixth sense.
Okay.
So we touched on this a little bit before,
Yeah.
but here we're going to dive a little deeper.
Okay.
So the sixth sense refers to that intuitive knowing,
Okay.
that ability to access infinite intelligence,
Okay.
to receive guidance.
Yeah.
That goes beyond
Yeah.
our five senses.
So tapping into a higher power.
You could say that
Okay.
it's that wellspring of wisdom and inspiration
Yeah.
that's often drowned out, like the
Mhm.
busyness of everyday life.
You know, quieting the mind and tuning in
Exactly.
to that inner voice.
It is, Hill believed that this sixth sense can be developed
Okay.
through meditation
Yeah.
and spiritual practices.
Okay. So to help cultivate this sixth sense,
Yes.
the workbook.
It introduces this concept of invisible counselors.
Invisible counselors.
Yes.
Intriguing. Tell me more.
Okay, so these are individuals, living or dead,
Okay.
whose qualities you admire
Okay.
and you aspire to emulate.
Okay. So mentors from afar.
Exactly.
Okay.
They could be, historical figures.
Yeah.
They could be spiritual leaders,
Okay.
successful entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
anyone that embodies the traits
Okay.
that you desire to develop.
I love that. You're building like your
Yeah.
virtual support team
Yes.
of greatness.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the workbook suggests
Yeah.
that you can access the wisdom and guidance of these invisible counselors
Okay.
through visualization.
So you're having like imaginary meetings with these dream team,
Yes.
seeking their advice and inspiration.
Exactly.
I mean, it sounds a little out there,
it does.
but I could see how.
There's a real power
Yeah.
in visualization,
Okay. Yeah.
by creating those mental images and those dialogues.
Yeah.
You open yourself up
Yeah.
to insights and guidance.
So you're really tapping into
Yes.
that collective wisdom
Yes.
of these great minds,
yes.
even though they're not physically present.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah, and it encourages you to note any hunches or intuitive insights
Okay.
that come up
It's-
during these visualizations.
Because those could be messages
Exactly.
from your invisible counselors.
Exactly.
You know those flashes of inspiration
Yes.
coming from beyond our conscious minds.
Exactly.
Mm.
It's about trusting your intuition
Yeah.
and acting on those inner nudges,
Yeah.
even if they don't initially make sense
Yeah.
logically.
It's trusting that gut feeling.
Yes.
And that takes practice.
it does. You're training yourself
Yeah.
to be more receptive
Yeah.
to that subtle wisdom
Right.
that's always there.
Yeah. Okay, we've explored all 13 principles of the
Oh.
Think and Grow Rich workbook.
Yes.
What are some of the most important takeaways?
Okay, for our listeners.
Well, one of the most important is the emphasis on taking action.
Okay.
You know, it's not enough to just read and understand these principles.
Put in the work.
You have to actively apply them.
Right. No more sitting on the sidelines waiting for success to appear.
Exactly. You have to be willing to roll up your sleeves,
Yeah.
get your hands dirty,
Yeah.
and consistently take action
Yes, I love that.
towards your goals.
Yeah. Another key takeaway, I think, is the power of the mind. This workbook really emphasizes that our thoughts shape our reality.
They do.
So if you're constantly, dwelling on lack and limitations,
Right.
that's what you're going to get more of.
That's what you're going to attract.
But if you shift your focus to abundance and possibility,
Right.
that's when things start to change.
Exactly. The workbook provides you with so many tools
Yeah.
to understand and to harness the power of your
Yeah.
subconscious mind,
Yeah.
through techniques like autosuggestion
Yeah.
and visualization, absolutely becoming the master of your mind,
Yes.
not a slave to those limiting beliefs.
Exactly.
And the concept of the mastermind group, I think, is another vital element.
Absolutely. It reminds us that we don't have to go alone
Right.
on this journey to success.
The power of collaboration support,
Yes.
shared intelligence.
It's like having a team
Yeah.
of cheerleaders and advisors
Yes.
in one,
Yeah.
keeping you motivated
Yes.
and on track.
And by strategically choosing who those members are,
Right.
you're surrounding yourself with people that have
Yeah.
the expertise and the skill sets that you
Yes.
need
To help you
to succeed.
achieve your goals.
Like creating your ultimate
Yes.
success squad.
Exactly. And it encourages you
Yeah.
to, revisit and refine
Yeah.
your mastermind group as needed.
So continuous improvement,
Continuous improvement.
adaptation.
Adaptation,
Yeah.
making sure it's evolving with your needs.
I love that. And we can't forget the emphasis on
Forget that.
persistence.
This workbook makes it very clear
It does.
that the path to success is rarely a straight line.
It is not.
There's going to be bumps in the road.
There are bumps and detours.
Right. Detours.
And unexpected,
Roadblocks.
roadblocks.
But the key is to keep going.
Yes. To never give up on your dreams.
Yes.
Even when facing setbacks.
Because a lot of times those setbacks are
Right.
opportunities for learning
They are.
and growth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the workbook provides you with tools to develop that unwavering persistence, from analyzing your past failures
Yeah.
to strengthening your willpower.
Yeah.
It's about developing that mental fortitude
Yeah.
that's going to carry you through any obstacle.
Okay. I want to get your take on the mystery of sex transmutation.
Okay.
This is definitely a principle
Right.
that I think sparks a lot of curiosity.
It does.
And maybe even some raised eyebrows.
Maybe some raised eyebrows.
But, I think beyond the language.
That might be surprising for some.
Right.
I think there's a profound wisdom there.
There is.
So how do we interpret this principle in a way that feels relevant and applicable today?
I think it's about understanding the power of our desires
Okay.
and learning to channel
Uh-huh.
that energy constructively.
So not suppressing them, not denying them,
No.
but transforming them into fuel
Exactly.
for our goals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We all have these, primal urges,
Yeah.
these deep-seated desires that drive us.
Yeah.
What if instead of, letting them run wild or trying to fight them,
Yeah.
we could harness that energy
Yeah.
and redirect it
Yeah.
towards something
Yeah.
positive and productive.
It's like alchemy turning lead into gold.
Exactly.
And it seems especially relevant today because we are bombarded with messages
Constantly.
that exploit and
Yeah.
manipulate these very desires
Yes.
for profit.
Yes.
And so this is encouraging us to reclaim that power. Yes.
To be conscious of our desires.
Absolutely.
And use them.
And use them
to our advantage.
to our advantage.
And it's not just sexual desire.
It's not.
Right. It talks about the...
It talks about the 10 mind stimuli.
Right.
Which includes things like love music.
Fear.
Fear. Yeah.
So it's a whole range
It is.
of understanding what motivates you, both positive and negative.
Absolutely.
And then learning how to channel them
Exactly.
in a way that serves you.
That serves your highest good.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here
We have.
in this section.
Yes.
Is there a final thought that you would like to leave the listener with?
As you reflect on these 13 principles, just remember that success is a journey,
Okay.
not a destination.
Okay.
And it's a journey that's unique to each individual.
So there's no one-size-fits-all.
There is no one-size-fits-all approach.
Okay.
The Think and Grow Rich workbook is a very powerful tool,
Yeah.
but it's up to you.
To use it authentically.
Yeah.
To align it with your values and
Yeah.
your aspirations.
Okay. This has been another really insightful segment of our deep dive.
Get out done.
I'm feeling inspired and motivated to take my life to the next level.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that.
What about you?
I'm feeling incredibly inspired as well.
Yeah.
The workbook offers just this rich tapestry
Yeah.
of wisdom
Uh-huh.
and practical guidance.
Yeah.
You know?
It's more than just a workbook. It
Yeah.
is. It's like a guide to...
It's a guide to personal transformation
Yeah.
and success.
Okay, so before we wrap up completely,
Okay.
I want to touch on a couple things that really struck me
Okay.
as we explored this workbook.
Yeah.
One is this idea of temporary defeats.
Right.
It's easy to get discouraged when we hit a roadblock on the path to success.
Absolutely.
How does the workbook help us reframe our perspective on those setbacks?
It encourages us to see them as stepping stones,
Okay.
as integral parts
Okay.
of the journey.
Yeah.
It reminds us that failure isn't the opposite of success.
Right.
It's a vital part of the process.
Yeah. So it's not about avoiding failure,
Right.
but about learning from those experiences
Exactly.
and using them to fuel our growth.
Absolutely. Every setback, every obstacle
Yeah.
is an opportunity to gain valuable insights,
Okay.
to adapt, and to become more resilient.
Yeah.
The workbook encourages us to analyze our failures,
Yeah.
to extract the lessons that they offer,
Uh-huh.
and use those lessons
Yeah.
to adjust our course and move forward with even greater determination.
I love that.
Yeah.
Turning those stumbling blocks into stepping stones.
Exactly.
And it also reinforces the idea that, the road to success
Right.
is rarely a straight line.
It rarely is.
There's going to be,
It's going to be ups and downs.
bumps, detours, unexpected turns,
Unexpected detours.
roadblocks along the way.
Yeah. The key is to, keep your focus
Yeah.
on the end goal.
Yeah.
Maintain that persistence.
Yeah.
And never lose sight of your dreams.
And that brings to mind another point that really resonated with me.
Yeah.
And that's this emphasis on leadership.
Right.
This workbook is clearly aimed at individuals who are, driven to achieve great things.
Yes.
But it's not just about personal success, is
Right.
it? It's also about inspiring and empowering others.
Absolutely. The workbook emphasizes cultivating leadership qualities,
Okay.
not just for, those aspiring to lead organizations or teams,
Right.
but for anyone who wants to create a life
Yeah.
of impact and influence.
So it's not just about a position or title.
It's not. It's a way of being,
Okay.
way of showing up
Okay.
in the world.
So what would be some of the key leadership qualities that the workbook highlights?
So it encourages self-analysis,
Okay.
understanding your strengths and your weaknesses, and consistently striving to improve.
So self-awareness, continuous learning,
Exactly.
personal growth.
Personal growth.
Yeah.
It also stresses the importance of being decisive,
Okay.
owning your choices,
Yeah.
and not letting the opinions of others sway you.
Right. Developing that unshakable inner confidence.
Exactly.
Trusting your judgment.
Yes.
And it emphasizes leading by example.
Yes.
Through action.
Through action, not just words.
Right. Actions speak louder than words.
Exactly. Walking the walk.
Yeah. Walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Not just talking the talk.
Yeah.
And it also highlights the importance of fostering strong relationships.
Yeah.
Building trust
Uh-huh.
and cultivating
Yeah.
a spirit of collaboration.
Right. Because we can achieve so much more when we're
Absolutely.
working together towards a shared vision.
Yes. This workbook reminds us that true leadership isn't about wielding power or control.
Right.
It's about serving and empowering others.
Mhm.
It's about inspiring and uplifting
Yeah.
others to realize
Yeah.
their full potential.
Well said. Okay, so this has been an incredibly insightful deep dive
It has been.
into the Think and Grow Rich workbook.
Yes.
I'm feeling energized and equipped
Good.
to apply these principles in my own life.
Excellent. What about you?
How about you?
I'm feeling incredibly inspired
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, yeah. This workbook offers such a
It does.
rich tapestry
It does.
of wisdom and practical guidance.
It's more than just a workbook.
Yeah.
It's a guide to personal transformation and success.
And as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
is there a final thought
Yeah.
or question?
Yeah, I would like to leave the listener with this.
Okay.
What is one small step
Okay.
they can take right now in this very moment
Okay.
to align their thoughts, beliefs, and actions
Okay.
with the life of their dreams?
That is a powerful question.
It is.
It reminds us that we don't have to wait for some grand, life-altering moment
Right.
to start creating change.
There's
Exactly.
those small, consistent actions
Yes.
that lead to those.
That lead to extraordinary results.
Yeah.
It could be something as simple as writing down your goals.
Right.
It could be identifying one negative belief
Huh?
that you want to challenge. It could be, reaching out
Yeah.
to a potential mastermind partner.
Yeah.
The key is to just take action,
Yeah.
no matter how small,
Yeah.
and trust that the momentum will
Yeah.
build from there.
So we have the power
You do?
to shape our reality starting right now.
You do.
Love that. Okay, so this has been a truly enriching deep dive.
It has been.
The Think and Grow Rich workbook.
Yes.
Much more than just a companion to
Right.
Hill's classic text.
Right.
It's a powerful tool for transformation
It is.
and success.
It is. If you're serious about achieving wealth and success,
Yeah,
I highly recommend this workbook.
I second that.
Yeah.
Okay, this has been amazing.
It has.
I am so inspired
Good.
and motivated.
To create a life of abundance and fulfillment.
Excellent. Remember, you have the power to create the life of your dreams.
Yes.
Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Trust the process.
Yes.
And never give up on your goals.
Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey.
My pleasure.